Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Great. Thank you, Marisa. Good afternoon and welcome. I'm very excited that you all have an opportunity to spend some time with us. What we're going to do today is, like Marisa said, I come from Edmonds College, which is in Washington State, in the Pacific Northwest area of the United States. And I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about, share with you a little bit about what we are doing to support our students in terms of services, as well as academic support during this COVID-19 period. We'll also have an opportunity to hear from one of our current students who also happens to be Costa Rican, Josue. And he can also share his experience and his perspective with you on the services that the college is providing and a little bit about his experience during this time. Towards the end of this chat, we'll have an opportunity for you to ask us any questions, and we'll be very happy to help answer those questions for you. So I'm going to begin. First, I'd just like to say that we are offering all of our courses online, what we call distance learning. It's a very different kind of experience for many, many students, which means that students are not meeting face-to-face, not having a physical presence with their professors. Our college campus is closed to people, meaning that all the employees, the professors, the staff, presidents, vice presidents, everyone is working from home. Just like all of you in Costa Rica, you are studying from home. Your parents are probably working from home. And so we are in the same situation. So what the college has done to respond to this situation is we have created all kinds of support services that students can have access to, even though they are not coming to the college campus. One primary service that we are providing is our online advising. What that means is that you can sign up for an appointment to talk to any of our advisors. These are advisors, counselors who can answer your questions about courses, can ask you questions about immigration, can answer any of the questions that you have. You just go online to edcc.edu/international/advising, and you can make an appointment. You can also make an appointment with any of the other staff people in our office, meaning the admissions people, if you have questions about maybe applying to Edmonds or you have questions about your application. If you are a current student, the students can have access to our fiscal department. So all of the services that you normally would get if you were coming to school on a daily basis, you can still get those services online. Now, these are services that are offered out of my department, our department, which is in the Office of International Programs. However, as a student of Edmonds, you also have access to all of the services that's available to all students on campus. But the nice thing about being an international student is that you kind of get extra access to people. You have extra services. You can have services from the staff in our office, but you can also have services from the other advisors that work with any of the other students. One of the fun things that we have done also is we know that it's really important to have student activities, campus activities, for students to be involved with their college when they are studying. And since we cannot be together because of social distancing, and because again the college is physically closed, we have created all kinds of activities online. So every day we have 1, 2, 3 different activities that is occurring, and they're very easy to participate in. Again, you just go to the website and you look for virtual activities, and you can see the list of calendar events, and then you'll know what day it's happening, when to log in, what is the format. So as an example, we have done, exercise, physical workouts, we've done yoga, some people have done, how to cook in the microwave. Now remember, we're talking about students who are either living in the dormitory, living with host families, or maybe they're back in their country, studying online from their home country, but they want to get involved in activities, so they can also have access to this. So anybody, any place in the world can have access to this. I think that Josue, the student that I was talking about a little earlier, I believe that he's going to be doing a presentation as part of the student activities on basic Spanish. So helping people to learn how to speak Spanish. So I know a lot of people are excited about that. We're going to have some other activities from different staff people. So anything that we can think of that is also kind of fun for students, we're going to be offering throughout this time that we are studying online. Okay. So in addition to the fun things, in addition to what courses to pick, how your courses are going, maybe you need help with your math class, you can get a tutor. What we're continuing to do also is to help students to identify resources if they're planning to transfer to university. So we continue to offer all kinds of virtual workshops. We're actually having another university fair next week. And what that means is that we have a bunch of universities from all over the United States coming together for a virtual presentation, virtual fair. So it gives students the opportunity to meet with different universities and ask them questions. These are activities that we typically have face-to-face, but again, unfortunately, because of COVID-19, we are trying to continue to provide the same level of services to students, but they are just all happening online. So as far as we're concerned, we have this crazy virus that we are dealing with, but we are still continuing to support our students. We're still continuing to provide whatever types of service that we can to students. Students can, still go to the library while they are online, if they want. If they want to talk to somebody because, maybe they're feeling a little depressed, a little sad. We have free counseling services online. Again, students just have to go to the main website and look for counseling services, and they can set up a virtual appointment. Many of our student clubs are still meeting. Again, they're doing this via Zoom platform. So they're getting together, they're chatting, they're playing games. So again, many different types of activities are continuing to happen while students are studying online. Right now, we are in what we call spring quarter. So spring quarter will end at the end of at the end of May, and then in July, on July 1st, we will start a new quarter that's called summer quarter. So if you're interested in, wanting to take a class, you have that opportunity to do that. Even if it's just to see what is it like to study online, what is it like to take a class from a U.S. college. That opportunity is there for you. Again, even though you're outside of the United States, our online services, our online courses is available to everyone. And so, so that's, kind of just a quick overview of some of the services that we are providing. You can also do a live chat. Again, just go on the college website at edcc.edu, and you can chat live with one of our staff. Sometimes the president of the college goes in and chats with the staff as well, just for fun and just to see how they're doing. You can also chat with our housing and resident life employees and students, asking them questions about what it's like to live in the dorm right now. What is it like to live with a host family? So again, you can have access to many, many different services during this time. Yeah, so that's kind of about it, Marisa. If, Josue wants to jump in and, add his experience, that would be great.
Sure. Hello. So being a student at Edmonds College in these crazy times, I think it's great, because the first time I heard that all the classes will be online and that the college will be closed, I thought, this is going to be a challenge. But since our college has all the platforms ready, a lot of teachers, they do online classes, so all the platforms were ready to do this transition, and actually I'm liking it a lot. And all the resources we have at the Office of International Programs and counseling and all of that is just great for the student to have the perfect experience while studying.
Also, I just want to add, hi Josue, by the way, that, we also have student workers that were working in our office, that were working in other parts of the campus. And Josue actually is one of the employees in the Office for International Programs. He works in particular with our Global Engagement Study Abroad area. And now that courses are all online and the college physically is closed, Josue still continues to work for the office, and he does it remotely. And so we have worked really hard to remain, to retain our student workers as much as possible during this online study as well. So that students don't have to lose any money that they were maybe perhaps planning on. So that's continuing as well. For the jobs that it is possible for students to do online, every department on our campus has worked hard to keep their student workers employed. So maybe, if folks have any questions, maybe we can start entertaining some questions, or if you want to know anything else about the college or education in the U.S. or what the environment is like, we're happy to talk about that. We're happy to share information about that. Okay. Josue, you want to go first?
Sure, I can do. Thank you, Gabriela, for the question. So, well, first of all, it's, you need to be organized, because a lot of things can pile up, all the homework and everything. You still need to go to your classes and meet with your teacher. However, for some people, this may be a challenge to study 100% online. For me, that's the key. Organization, have a daily schedule where I know what to do every day, whether it's work or my other duties as a student, attend the class and do my homework. So I think that's the key. For me, a daily schedule, it's been great.
Oh, good. Thank you, Josue. I would say also, as an employee, like Josue is saying, students need to be organized and you need to know what you're doing. You have to have a routine. As an employee, I have to have the same thing as well. So, I create a routine like I'm getting up and going to work like I normally would do, get up, take a shower, have breakfast, and then I would get in my car and I would drive to work. So instead of driving to work, I just walk down to a room in my house and then I start working. So the discipline and the organization is on both sides, students and employees. So to answer Gabi's question, it's actually really, really easy to apply to Edmonds. And I keep referring back to our website because that's the first stop for you. You go onto the website, you look for admissions, you click the button, it will tell you exactly what you need in order to apply. Basically, you fill out the online application. Then you would upload a copy of your passport. You press the button. We normally have a application fee of $50. But students who are applying from Costa Rica, we are waiving that application fee because we would like to extend a little support where we can. Once you submit that application, you will get an email back that says, here is your PIN number, and then you can log in to fill out another part of the application. Once you are accepted, it's very easy. You are accepted very quickly. Within 3 to 5 days maximum, we will process your application. After that, we will provide you with all the information that you need on how to register. So as an example, because everything is now online, we have a orientation that every student is required to take. And that orientation is now online as well. What happens in the orientation is that we walk you through everything about the college. We walk you through how to register for a class, how to pick your classes. You meet your advisors. We talk about all the services that are available right now online. You do a lot of different types of activities. And so we walk you through the whole process. We explain to you the healthcare insurance. Then it becomes the day to register. You will meet online, again, everything is online, with our academic advisor or counselor. And you will meet with them online. You can meet face-to-face or you can just chat. It's entirely up to you. During that time, you will talk with them about your classes, what you're interested in, and depending on your math level and your English level, will determine what courses you are available to take. So as an example, you must have a certain level of English to come to Edmonds College. And we can determine that English level in several ways. One is you can take the IELTS test, or you can, if you like, if you don't want to do that, you can go online to Edmonds College's Testing and Assessment Center, and you can take English and math. That test is basically to determine which course to put you in. So as an example, in order to be successful in particular courses, you have to be in English 101. English 101 is the first level of university level English. So we just need to determine what your English level is, what your math level is, so that you don't register for courses that are too hard or too easy. And again, all of that is done online. All of that is done with the assistance of the advisor. And then as part of that process, we also teach you how to do that so that eventually you will know how to do it yourself. Even though you know how to register yourself, advisors are always available, always available to assist you in that process. So you don't have to do really any registration on your own unless you want to. And anytime you have a question, all you need to do is contact the advisor and they can help you with that process as well. So it's really easy, so to speak, once you get online. Now, how to connect to the courses online? The college, Edmonds College, is currently working with a platform that is called Canvas. And again, we have a video showing you how to log into Canvas, step by step. Step 1, you log in. Step 2, you put in your student ID number. Step 3, you press here. Step 4, you press there. So we have a really good, as for me, it's what I would say an easy video that explains to me how to do step 1, step 2, step 3. Again, even though we have this tutorial video that shows you how to do this, if you have any questions, if you're having any challenges, if you're confused, if you're not sure, again, there is someone there that you can chat with to help you through that process. So once you get into your class, like Josue said, you will see all of the things that you need to do. There will be a syllabus that says, this week you do this week you do that. And then there will also be what we call discussion groups. There's areas where you talk to your teacher, you talk to other classmates. One of the things that you need to know about the current online classes at Edmonds is that they are what we call asynchronous, meaning that they're not live like we are doing right now necessarily, but they're asynchronous. So you go in, you log in at 1 in the morning, 9 in the morning, 10 in the morning to do your work. Again, going back to the important point that Josue brought out, which is you have to be organized. Because even though the classes are 100% online, you are still responsible for doing the work that you need to do in order to pass that class. Now, again, teachers are available. They have office hours. You can chat with them. You can email them. In some instances, some of our professors have spoken to students on the phone. So in addition to the curriculum that the teachers have put for their online classroom, sometimes they may say, okay, go to YouTube, go to this link, watch this video. I mean, that could be part of the class. Or they'll say you have to do this project or write this paper. So as much as possible, all of the same things that you would do in a face-to-face class, you will be doing online. Now, you might be thinking, oh, how do I do a chemistry class online? How do I do an engineering class online? So those are really good questions if you're thinking about them. Some of the labs have been transformed so that they can happen online as well, virtually. Now, we all know that they're not necessarily the same because you can't really, touch the equipment or touch the little petri dish. But as much as possible, we are providing those kinds of lab simulations online. Now, if you were here at Edmonds in Linwood in our state and you were taking certain science classes, some of them will be meeting for their laboratory on the college campus. And that will be determined essentially by our government as to when students can come to the campus. And when they do come to the campus, all of the precautionary safety health measures will be taken into consideration. But for right now, everything is what we call virtual studying, virtual learning. Okay, so good question. Answer is no. While you are studying from Costa Rica or from any country outside of the United States, if you've never studied at our college before, then the answer is no, you don't need a visa. So basically you just submit your application documents. Once we get all of your documents, you will be accepted, and then you would start the process of getting connected to an advisor. But to study online, you don't need a visa, which is really great because one, you don't have to pay for the visa right now. And unfortunately, none of the embassies are open, so they can't offer visas anyway. But the law is different when you study face-to-face physically at the school versus if you study only online. If you come to our school, then yes, you need to get a visa. But if you're only coming to Edmonds from online, then you do not need a visa.
Okay, thank you. And the other question is, are these courses that you take online transferable to any university, other university?
Excellent question. All of the courses that you take online, like all of the courses you would take face-to-face, as long as they are numbered 100 level and higher, they are transferable to the university. So to maybe give a little bit more information about that, in America, obviously like Costa Rica, our universities are 4 years. And when you are year one, your courses are 100 up to 199. They're numbered like that. Then when you are studying year two or sophomore, then they are 200 to 299. So as long as the courses you're taking are 100 level and above, they are transferable to university. Now, well, I don't want to go into too much kind of advising information, but the key thing when you are looking to transfer to a university after 2 years at Edmonds, you want to be sure that you have been working with an academic advisor to be sure that the subjects, the courses that you have been registered for and are taking are the courses that will get you into your faculty at the university. Now, all of the courses will transfer, no problem. But if you are studying, let's say, electrical engineering, then there are certain subjects that you need to take in order to get into the Faculty of Engineering at the university that you're interested in. So that's the only side piece that I would share with you at this time. But all 100 level classes and above are transferable. Okay, I'm going to answer this question two ways. If you are physically at the school, so if you are at Edmonds College or at a different college, you are required, if you are not a U.S. citizen, you are required by the U.S. government to take what we call a full load. You have to be a full-time student. So as an example, at Edmonds, to be a full-time student, that is 12 credits and above. So in reality, it's three subjects. When you are a student online, if you have never ever studied at Edmonds physically before, but this is the first time that you are studying at Edmonds and you are doing it online, then you can take 1 subject, 2 subjects, 3 subjects. You are not held to the same government requirements by having to take a full load. So the only time you are required to take a full load is if you are physically on the college campus. Got it. Okay. So if I understand this question, they want to know that if they take, let's say, I'm assuming they're talking about online classes.
Yes, they're
Okay, and it actually doesn't. Yeah. So if you graduate in November in Costa Rica, and you decide that you want to take classes at Edmonds, the next opportunity you would have to take classes will be in January of 2021. So any courses that you take will transfer. If you're talking about Edmonds, all of the courses that you take will always be part of your record at Edmonds. But if you're saying that you want to take courses from Edmonds in January 2021, and then you're going to apply to a different university for fall quarter or fall semester, do those classes transfer? Again, if they're 100 level classes or higher, the answer is yes, they will transfer. So, I'm going to just kind of guess at what this question is about. I could be totally wrong, but I'm going to give it a try anyway. So there are different kinds of benefits for international students. If you're talking about you have the benefit or the ability to find work on campus as an international student. When you come to Edmonds, you can work up to 20 hours a week. So that is a benefit for students. The average hourly wage at Edmonds is, I think now $13 per hour. So it's not a bad wage for a college student. So if you're talking about monetary benefits, that's currently the only monetary benefit that is available to students, in addition to applying for scholarships. So I really encourage students, if they want to come to Edmonds, to apply for the new student scholarship. Again, you just need to go to the website edcc.edu/international, click on scholarships, and then it will talk to you about the scholarship opportunities. Very, very easy to apply. You don't even have to fill out a essay. It's like you can apply in less than 5 minutes. While you are a student at Edmonds, there are scholarships that are available every quarter as well. So that's another financial benefit, I guess, in a way. When you graduate from Edmonds, after a 1-year program or a 2-year program that provides you with what we call an associate of applied arts or applied science. Then you have the opportunity to work in the United States for up to 2 years, depending on what you studied. It's called optional practical training. That's the only time that you can work outside of the college when you are in the United States. When you are a student, you can work inside. You cannot work outside at a cafe or Starbucks or at the market or anything like that, in the department store. That is illegal. They catch you, they send you back to Costa Rica or Panama or wherever in the world you're from, and then you may not be able to enter the United States for up to 10 years. So it is not worth it. If you are having financial difficulties when you are at Edmonds, please, please, please contact our office, contact the advisors, contact me for that matter, and we can help you to figure it out. So if that's kind of the question you were asking, that would be my answer. Should I just go on to the next questions?
Yes, we don't have any answer. So.
There's another question here that says, are online classes cheaper than traditional classes? No, they're the same price. If you take an online class or if you take a face-to-face class, the price is the same. And the reason for that is in America, you are paying for what we call credits. So every class has a different number of credits, which means that you study different number of hours. And so if you're taking a 5-credit class, which is maybe a English composition class, if you take that same class online, then the price is the same because you're getting the same amount of hours. Can I apply to a scholarship even though I am not being accepted? Yes. Great question. The answer is you should apply after you are accepted because you need a student ID number. Because the scholarships are only available to accepted students. And so when you apply to Edmonds, you will be issued what we call a SID. That's a student identification number. That number will be your number forever. And it typically starts with a 958 for international students. Yeah, I think that's all we have in the question queue at the moment, unless somebody else has other questions. Josue, is there anything that you'd like to add?
Yes. So with the question about the benefits, I don't know if maybe what the person was asking, like benefits for students that are, like, for example, the Office of International Programs is great because we have advisors just for international students. We have a counseling center if you're dealing with difficulties while you're in the United States. Advisors also help with that. We have the Learning Support Center that helps you with your homework and writing your essays and all things like that. I will say that international students at Edmonds College are valuable. I feel valuable at Edmonds College by the staff, by the teachers, because they understand all the things we go through. Because being an international student can be hard for the first month. Then you adapt to the environment, but they understand and they help you to make that transition. So maybe that'll be my answer to that question.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you for providing that. That's a really good point in terms of additional benefits. And I would like to say that, international students, you may have your whole list of benefits that you feel that you are getting when you come to the college. But, as an employee of the college, as a U.S. citizen, I feel very grateful for the benefits that I get from having international students at my school. I get to learn a lot about culture. I get to learn a lot about the language, and then most importantly for me is the food. So, so we also benefit. It's a two-way street in terms of benefits as far as I'm concerned. But I would also just stress again what Josue is saying. The benefits to me translate into support. And we provide you and we make available to you all kinds of support, comprehensive levels of support, one-on-one support. And so you just need to take advantage of that support because the support is there for you. Have it be emotional or have it be academic. And another office that we have available to students as a benefit and support is our office for students with disabilities. And disabilities can be all kinds of disabilities, from visual, hearing, test taking, all those kinds of things. So we have an office that is available to provide those kinds of benefits as well. So thanks again, Josue, for that. Very good question. And actually, I'm pretty excited about this question because at Edmonds, we're pretty unique. So we have a dormitory that we call Residence Hall on the campus. It's called Rainier Place. We have two housing facilities off campus, but those right now will be terminated come August because we have a brand new dormitory that is opening in August called the Triton Center, and that is literally right across the street from the college. You can stand at the college and you can look at the dorm right in front of you. That's a brand new dorm. And so if you want to use our housing, it is there. We also have homestay, or you might know it as host families. So these are families that are Edmonds host families, and you can apply to either live with a host family, or you can apply to live in Rainier Place or in Triton Court, or if you are 18 years old and older, you can choose to find your own apartment or housing outside of the campus. So you have quite a few options. And if you are applying to Edmonds, and if you want to use our housing facilities, have it be the dormitory or have it be host family, you have to fill out a separate application. And that's the housing application. Again, that is online. You fill it out and then you press the button. Again, if you are an international student who has never taken classes at our college physically, then you can take as many as 1 credit, 2 credit, a 3 credit class. Typically, each class at Edmonds, each subject is 5 credits. And so you can take 1 class that is 5 credits or 2 classes for 10 credits.